Hello, we are Hawksman Real Estate. I am James Mason.
And I'm Sarah Colenso.
And we are here to talk to you about the local property market. With many of you asking us questions about what's happening right now, we thought it would be a good idea, time to time, for us to sit down and have a chat about what we believe is going on in the local market. Well, hello, we're back again for another Hawksman podcast. This time without Sarah. Unfortunately, she's feeling a little bit poorly at home, so it's just me talking about the property market today. But we have got a guest with us where we're going to be covering some interesting topics, hopefully, as we go along. Just to cover off what is happening in the property market, I won't bore you with all of the details, but it's incredibly busy right now. The demand for people moving out of London is as high as ever. And again, the local trading up and trading down is coming to a head as well. We're hoping to see a little bit of better weather. It's been absolutely miserable showing houses in grey skies, but I've got a feeling that spring is just around the corner. So what are we doing today? Well, we are over the next few months inviting some of our friends within the industry to chat all things property. And I'm really pleased today to have Fiona Brass from Fiona Brass Interiors with us. And we're going to be chatting about trends and changes within the interiors world and design, Fiona.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
A pleasure. I should say we have worked together a couple of times before.
Yes, we have many times.
Yeah.
And we also purchased our current family home from you, which we love. So thank you.
And you're still talking to us.
Yes, although I've said that you definitely want to be the person selling your house with James and not necessarily buying with James.
There was a sealed bid. Do you know what? You were involved in a sealed bid before sealed bids got really popular, actually. Yeah. It was such a great house you bought. I mean, obviously, potentially. It needed a bit of work, didn't it?
That's exactly what we wanted. We needed something that had the bones and nothing else. It justified me doing the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There was no choice, was there? No, absolutely. No. Well, you've done an amazing job. I have to say, I do love it. And of course, you've done some work for me as well on my house. And I just have to say, she's brilliant. I love what you've done at my house, and it has changed the way that I live. And I think it is really important to talk about things like that when you are, and we recommend trades and people to help with property all the time. And I think if you haven't got the vision yourself, going to an expert who does this day in, day out, and has seen probably more importantly how things don't work sometimes over the times is really important. Where do you find most of your clients come from?
Besides you.
Well, yeah.
So recommendations is a big part of our business because for us, it's really about the client and the people we're working with because they have to trust us. And that's why your project turned out really well because you gave us a brief, you gave us a budget, and you gave us your keys. I mean, that was basically it. I think that probably proved just how busy we are and how hard we were working because I kind of just went, get on with it, please, and came back and it was done. It was amazing. So, yeah. So most of our clients definitely come through recommendation or referrals. Yeah, lovely. Yeah. And one of the things, we all live slightly differently these days. Anyway, we were talking about how houses have evolved and changed and how a kitchen looks completely different to 20 years ago, but it actually looks completely different to 10 years ago. And now we're talking about the COVID effect and the lockdown, how people use their spaces differently. Have you noticed when people are talking to you about what they want to do with their houses, have you noticed any big changes? Yes, definitely. So people are spending more time in their home. And over COVID, they had a lot of time to know what works and also know what doesn't work. Yeah. And a lot of our clients now have an extra person that lives in the house or works in the house a lot more than they used to do. Yeah. So we're definitely seeing an extension of the open plan space and starting to streamline that. And we're starting to see people zone it and consider spaces more and subtle changes to start to close areas off. Right. So we're not looking for rooms as large anymore. Yep. But we're actually looking at cozy, snug spaces and doors to offices, especially. Sarah tells the best story, and it is. We were on a viewing, and a lady walked in from London, and the roads, off Northcote Road in Clapham, where it's the houses are penned in together, and every wall has been taken out. Every wall's been taken out, and it's just a white box. And I remember this lady just looked at Sarah and just went, "I want doors."
I want doors I can close. And this was straight after lockdown. There was a wild-eyed look. But it is interesting to say that the people still kind of want that big kitchen breakfast room.
Yes.
But then areas off it are really important.
Yes, because that main space is like their showcase space. So it's about all the bits that go on behind it to make that main space work. So the bits behind it, like you've got your laundry room, you've got your utility, your walk-in pantry, all of these areas need to be hidden in a nice way that they're still beautiful, but it's about this main space I'm showing off. And sometimes clients are willing to make that slightly smaller to look at the other bits that work hard around it.
And I think for us, the kitchen is still the heart of the home as well. We've
always,
we're selling family homes. That's what we do, and
it's where everybody spends most of their time. It's where when you have bad news, you go and you sit and you make a cup of tea or you have a glass of wine. It's where when you're not well, you get your blanket and your cushion and you sit up on your sofa. And when something's wrong, you go to your home, and the kitchen is the main place you go. So it's got to be right.
And look, kitchens, you mentioned it, utility rooms, boot rooms, pantries, just having a little utility room off the kitchen now is more of the norm, isn't it? Whereas, go back 20 years ago and it was still seen as a huge advantage to have it. But now that the matching kitchen, pantry, utility room into boot room, kids stuff all lined up there so they come in through the back door and get changed there. Yeah. That seems to be the big trend at the moment. Would you sort of concur with that? Is that
Absolutely. I think with our clients living in their homes for so much of the time, they've had time to consider how they want to set it up. And the main aim is our clients want to feel like they're winning at life. So when they walk into the room, they want to make sure that what they see is the calm elements and all of the bits that are busy working for them go on behind the scenes.
And you're absolutely right. Kitchens are the heart of the home, and we're starting to see them becoming very, very organised and quite regimented, aren't we? The pantries seem to be a big thing at the moment with all the labels and the glass jars.
Yes, Instagram have definitely done a thing for pantries, but they just need to be hardworking. As does your utility, but also what we're seeing is second kitchens behind current kitchens.
I would love a second. I'd love a second kitchen.
We all aspire to second kitchen.
Well, it is funny. I think if you've got that big open plan kitchen and you do entertain, I know what roast dinners are my thing.
I know.
But making my own gravy is a critical moment. And it's just at that time when somebody wants to come over and talk to you about this or that, or how's little Johnny getting on or whatever. Yeah. And you're like, can I just do the gravy, please? So if I had a second kitchen hidden away behind,
second kitchens are like a modern serving cart, I think.
Love it. Something to aspire to there, isn't it? I better flog a few more houses and then...
I'd love a second kitchen. Don't think it's ever going to happen. But we have some amazing clients that do have second kitchens, so it's a joy to work with them.
Absolutely. And I have to say, we always scream with joy when we see a serving hatch still. Sarah and I just absolutely love it. We do. I haven't quite done a video yet where I pop my head through, but that might be. I think we thought about it once, but it was a little bit too much like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. So
it's not. But with our clients as well, they entertain a lot.
Yeah.
And to have that second kitchen, it's a small space, but definitely to have that second kitchen they have maybe an in-house chef or someone they just employ for the evening. So not someone that's in the house all the time, but to have someone for the evening, and then they have a separate space that they can prepare. And then they can serve from there, and the kitchen remains the dining room. Exactly.
And then the other big thing, double dishwasher.
Double dishwashers.
That's got to be living the dream, isn't it? Having a double dishwasher.
Yeah, one on the go while you're filling the other one. The other thing that we're definitely seeing is the consideration of moving that utility laundry. So laundry room is nearly like... it's a break off of a utility room. So people are having specific laundry rooms and they're bringing them to the first floor. You did that?
Who would do that? So hold on. Am I on trend?
You are on trend. You're ahead of the trend.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have it here. It is official. James Mason is on trend for the first time in his life. I'm even rocking double denim today because I was with a creative. So I thought, I've been told I've done it wrong, but there you go.
You're fine.
No, absolutely. And is there anything that you're just not being asked to do anymore? We talk about things that were popular 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What about things that might have been popular 5 years ago that we're now just not seeing? Is there something we've moved away from?
No. Every client is quite specific to what they need.
Yeah.
So I guess what we wouldn't have been asked for 5-6 years ago would be creating the amount of home offices that we're creating. Yeah. And probably 5-6 years ago, we were asked to create more amazing single bespoke rooms. So that room, like we were talking about with the kitchen, everything's together besides a little square in the corner that covers your utility.
Right.
So definitely we're seeing rooms portioned off more. And we're looking at more functional rooms, so more specific hobby rooms as well. So we've got a client at the moment, they're reaching near retirement age, and they're looking for a space that used to be their dining room. And they're changing that into a semi-office come amenity room. So the lady likes to sew. She wants a space.
I was just hoping you were going to say it was going to become a jigsaw room.
Oh, we have had that too.
Have you?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a landing, a beautiful landing for a client we did. And she had a really big, massive round table, and she loved to do jigsaws on it. But we said, can we please change it? Can we change it so that we can give it a better use? But what we did was we had a bespoke jigsaw puzzle tray made that fit into a bespoke unit that she could pull out with a half-made jigsaw, and it sat like on her lap either side. But she also had a space for her wine, which might have been the winning piece for her to agree.
Okay, so this is turning into one of the worst podcasts I've ever done, because now I want double dishwasher, I want a second kitchen, and I want a jigsaw room as well.
Yeah, but you've got the laundry room on the
first floor. But I have got the laundry
already,
room.
So.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good, isn't it? One thing, you talked about separate offices. And obviously we're now having multiple offices within houses. The one thing that I noticed, again, coming out of sort of immediate lockdown, and it maybe has gone away a little bit now, is protecting the mental health of our kids. And actually, there were a lot of parents who didn't want them doing their homework in their bedrooms. They wanted to have a separate space for them so that the bedroom was their safe space. And I think the amount of online learning that they were doing as well, you kind of want to get that. Kids are online now, ridiculous amounts.
All the time, it's scary.
So I think for us, definitely, we're still being asked that question if there is a space around the house where the kids can actually have a study area as well. So maybe the media room has changed into not just a table tennis table or an arcade game in there. There is also a section in there where they can do their homework as well.
That's really important. So it's having dual function spaces as well. And a big part of it is leading off from that kitchen space, especially when your children are younger, because they are on screens all the time. So the consideration is, well, where are they on that screen? And as a parent myself, one of the things that's really important is that screen's not in their bedroom. So it's downstairs, it's within eyesight, but they still feel like they have a space. So a lot of the time we'll apportion some space, some joinery, some clever joinery that allow the children to have their desks, have their homework areas, but they can be closed off. So when it starts to get to dinner time or weekends, it's not reminding them that there's schoolwork or homework that needs to be done. So every client and every brief we get depends on how our clients are living in their homes and the space in their homes. Because then we have some clients and they're like, I need you to make this less child friendly because my kids are gone now and I'm pining for them. So I need to just have a clean slate and I need something that's fun. They're the best ones.
Isn't that always, it's the one where the kids go back to their parents' house and their bedroom's completely changed.
It's like, quick, we have a 3-month opening. Can we just do it? No, I'm joking. All of our clients love to have their kids around. They never want to let them go.
No,
Never.
Quite right. So where do people start, Fiona? If you're thinking about, you're looking at your house and you're thinking, it doesn't quite work for me now.
Yeah.
And they're minded to say, well, hold on, I'm happy to get professional help. How does it all start? What's the best thing to do? I mean, I know I always say to you, look, can you just give someone a call for me? But how does it all work? Because obviously I did a couple of rooms and I found the process really, really easy.
Yeah.
But if you're going to remodel your whole house, where do you start?
So we always start with an onboarding call. And we speak to the clients and they speak to us, because I think no matter what job you need to have done in your home, you have to get a good feeling for the person and you have to trust them. And actually what we're going to do in their home it's quite personal. It's intimate. We're going right in there. We're going to see warts and all. So you need to be able to trust that person. And you need to be able to trust them that they can deliver what you have in your mind, that dream, that idea of what you're creating. So we do an onboarding call, we chat through, and from there we would suggest an initial consultation. I think what we like to do with our clients is to help give them that vision, that bigger picture, Because sometimes when you live in a space, it's difficult to see that bigger picture yourself. And you just see the things that you don't like about the space.
Right.
We've often gone to homes and the 2 or 3 things that the clients' bugbears appear to be are the ones that we love.
Right.
So it's about just changing that to alter it to make it suit the home and how it works in the family home. So we will start with giving you that vision. And we will discuss it. And then once we've got that vision and the client's like, this feels great. Yeah, we're loving this. The next stage we get to is we talk about all the practical bits, like the budget, the brief, what you need from the home, who's living there, when you're away, the access, when you would need a project through. So all kind of the really important pieces that enable us to do the creative bit.
Right.
And that's kind of what we say with our clients as well. Like the creative bit is amazing. It's really good fun. But actually to achieve that and to deliver it means we need to follow very clear processes. And we talk our clients through those processes from us presenting the design to you, to talking through the timelines, to the bespoke furniture, to the joinery, to showing you 3D images of each of the spaces with the materials and the mood board. But every project starts with a client and we take the cues from the client. Right. And by listening to them, we then know what we need to give you to achieve what you think you want.
So it's a lot of plates to spin for you, isn't it? If you think of all the trades that you need to get in and timelines and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's kind of what we do. But we have lots of software and scheduling software. And we've got a great team. So we've got a team of 3 in the office, as well as a small team of tradespeople, but really trust them. And we've got a great team and they help us deliver what we need to deliver. And yeah, it makes pretty much every project enjoyable. Not to say things don't go wrong, but when you've got a great team behind you, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, fantastic.
You just manage it.
Yeah.
And the clients, when they trust you enough to leave you to get on to do it, they don't even see that something's not worked or because we've sorted it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is the benefit of having an interior designer.
Fantastic, fantastic. If you had a dream job, what would it be? If there was a dream brief to do something, what could you go for?
Do you know, we've just finished a job that we've absolutely loved. We worked in a grade 2 listed cottage in Esher and it needed complete refurbing. And we had a client who had a really reasonable budget, not silly end, but expected and understood what we could get for her budget, trusted us implicitly. And we delivered the most beautiful personality, completely full of personality cottage that they're now living in, that it's there. They're just semi-retired and it's their forever home.
Fantastic.
And you go in and your shoulders drop and you smile. You just wait for a gin and tonic.
I love that. It's, you're in houses all the time. Yeah. I'm in houses all the time. And I use this phrase all the time. I think homes talk to me. I'm a bit bonkers like that, but I walk in and they give you a vibe. And, yes, a lot of it's got something to do with the people who are there, maybe. But even if you're just going into a property that is empty, I think
straight away, when you brought me to the property that we bought, like our current family home, as soon as I walked in, I knew I was going to buy it.
It is. Well, we talk about a point of sale.
Yeah.
I'm giving away some secrets here. Ooh, Christy. But we talk about a point of sale is in, I believe that there is a physical point of sale in every house, i.e. a spot where your 2 feet are on the floor and you make the decision to buy the house. And in some houses, it's the garden path. It's actually the path up to the door and you're just going in the house to check. In others, it is walking through and seeing the garden. In others, it might be standing in the main bedroom. They're all very, very different. But there is always a spot where you just know, don't you?
Yeah. And it's the same when we present to our clients. But the most important thing is we just try to listen as much as we can, because we always say to our clients, it's your budget, it's your home. We're just enabling you to create the most amazing home, but it's yours. So it's always their style, and it's always delivered for them. But we definitely got such a big sense of satisfaction. And also we like to think that we've got a beautiful set of friends that we can call into any time. We're still WhatsApping.
Yeah,
probably will be for ages. And I think that's the bit that makes us love our job.
Brilliant.
It made a difference to their life.
Lovely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Client for life. I love that.
Yeah.
So there will be people watching this now who are either just about to or are thinking about putting their property on the market. What are Fiona Brass's top tips before you put your house on the market for sale? What should you be doing?
I bet they're similar to yours. So one of the things I would always say to our clients is get rid of everything and anything that's not got a point to be in that house. When you live in a house lots and lots of years, you see it from a very different angle than someone that comes in with eyes from a completely new perspective. So definitely I would say get rid. And also the benefit of getting rid is when you do move, you're not paying movers to bring it to another house to get rid. So buy a skip, hire a skip, get it in there. Weybridge, do a great skip. I get one myself every 12 months. And get rid of all the rubbish.
Well, look, you're preaching to the choir there because it is the number one thing that Sarah says when we go around to these houses. Declutter. And you're absolutely right. Don't take it with you. Your removal men are going to,
No, you're just going to pay twice
for it, or you're going to pay for them to get rid of it. So, absolutely do a run to the tip, or as you say, actually a skip on the drive.
Skip is great.
A skip on the drive is one of the best things in the world, isn't it?
You don't even have to consider it. It's in skip, done. Get a really big one. You can't reach back. Back out.
and actually these days there's people driving around taking stuff out of it. So you can actually get more use out of it, can't you? But there you go. What else would you say?
So then leading on from it, you've kind of created more space in your home and then create a lifestyle. So this is about when you've got potential buyers coming into your home and seeing the special bits. Now that you've lost all the clutter, show them the special bits, be it the beautiful garden or that lovely worktop marble, or that beautiful flooring, or even just like a nice nook, a corner that's like a reading corner, but create that lifestyle. So is it a family? Is it a kind of a pre-retired couple? But what is that lifestyle? And create those zones so that they can see how they're going to live in it, because not everybody can do that. So see how they're going to live in it. And then the other thing you'll notice, once you remove the clutter, you're going to see lots of marks on the walls, and just get a decorator in and a little bit of DIY. Like we do it with our cars. We send it for a service every year, and we have the tires changed, and we do all of that. But sometimes people forget with their homes because they're busy living in it. But
can I steal that? That's brilliant. Yeah, we do it with our cars. We do it with our cars, but we don't do it with our homes.
But we do. Yeah. And it's like, I kind of have every 2-3 years, I've got a decorator coming in. He does a different part of the house. But that's because we're living in it. The kids walk down the walls like, they just
high
drag
traffic
their
areas.
Hands. Yes.
Yeah, high traffic areas. Kids and dogs and husbands sometimes,
Absolutely. Husbands are, liability. But if you get your decorator in just to start looking after those areas, dings and doors, where you've got like at the end where paint's chipped off, that gives people looking from a new, fresh perspective. That's like, oh, there's something not being looked after. So just get a decorator in, keep it lovely and neutral, but don't use like a really strong, brilliant white, just a little bit of a softer tone. And one of the tricks we always tell our clients is paint your ceiling and your walls. And if it's very simple woodwork, simple skirting, paint it all the same colour. And then you've created a lovely neutral backdrop that then you can start to stage and create the dream for your potential buyers.
I have to agree. We put an awful lot of effort into getting our homes ready for the market. Sarah does an amazing job with her staging and dressing advice that she gives people. And we do say a lick of paint just transforms an entrance wall especially, but it absolutely can transform a home ready for the market. Yeah, absolutely. Quite right. Fiona, I love that. Thank you so much for coming in today and having a chat with us. Oh, it's been great fun, hasn't it?
Yes.
We're never short on something to say, are we? No, absolutely. Listen, if you want to get in touch with Fiona, her details will be here on the podcast somewhere for you to find. And if you're thinking about selling your home and want to have a chat with me about your plans, get in touch.